this channel.
Hi, I'm Nicole from Kenya, and you're listening to Underestimated Voices podcast.
Welcome to the Underestimated Voices podcast, where we amplify the voices of those that have been overlooked and underestimated. Join us as we share their inspiring stories and shed light on the issues that matter most. It's time to give these voices the platform they deserve.
Hello, hope you're all doing great. I'm so grateful that you took your precious time to tune into another episode on the Underestimated Voices podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the power of gratitude. And I'm your host, Wetsen. I'm going to look at the concept of appreciating those who have walked out of our lives when we needed them the most, understanding how it can be a blessing in disguise. And I'm also going to show you how to move on with life without bitterness or holding on to grudges. And that has happened to me. There was this dude who was supposed to launch this podcast together. Few days before the launch, this guy just went ghost mode on me. Trust me, it was very painful. The launch date passed and everyone was waiting to hear what we had planned. Truth be told, I was hurt. I felt betrayed. But later on, after I started this podcast with this team that I have now, I realized that if I held on to those bitterness and grudges, I wouldn't have these opportunities that I have now. So you might have experienced a moment in your life when someone walked away from you during a time of need. It may feel like a painful betrayal or a loss. But what if I told you that there is a hidden gift in those moments? So, in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the power of gratitude. We need to appreciate those who let us go when we needed them the most. So, as I said earlier, it is a blessing in disguise. When someone walks away from us, it's natural to feel hurt, abandoned, or even betrayed. However, in many cases, we don't realize that their departure can be a blessing in disguise. It creates space for new opportunities, personal growth, and self-discovery. There's somewhere where I read that your network is your net worth. So people that you are found with should be able to elevate you to the next level. And God does cut off some certain people because they know that these two, their destinies are not aligned. You don't just move with people anyhow. There must be an alignment. Spiritually, physically, you must have the same goal and the same purpose. So if relationships don't work, just know that God doesn't approve of that join. That's how people end up becoming strangers when they were best of friends. This is the other thing that you should be able to know. Gratitude is a transformative practice that allows you and I to find blessings, even in challenging situations. By expressing gratitude for those who let us go, we release ourselves from bitterness and resentment. We can start to see their departure as an opportunity for growth and redirection towards a better path. Trust me, if that guy never walked out on me, this podcast could have eventually maybe died. But for a fact that he decided to bail out on me, I thank God. Because I think it was God that just told him, do not disturb this program. And yes, it failed. And I felt betrayed. And everything that was supposed to be felt, I felt them. But with time, I healed and I moved on. And moving on without bitterness is essential for our own well-being and personal growth. Holding on to grudges only weighs us down and prevents us from fully embracing new possibilities. So the question is, what next after you've been left? What does it really mean? Every experience, even the most painful ones, that one that is very painful, could you go like, wow, but why me? Everything that happens to us holds lessons and meaning. When someone walks away from us, we have an opportunity to learn about ourselves, our boundaries, and our own strength. You need to know, maybe you are a problem in that situation. Or maybe the other person is a problem. Or maybe your destiny, as I said, they don't align. You might come from different fields, But if your purpose and goals are the same, you are able to achieve them. After someone betrays you, after you have learned the lesson, here's the thing that you need to do. Forgive. I know this is the most difficult part, but forgiveness is a tool for healing and releasing emotional burdens. By forgiving those who let us go, we free ourselves from the past and create a space for love, growth, and new connections. As I said earlier, I personally forgave that guy. At first, I was bitter, but after I realized and started to see opportunities coming forth from the podcast that he abandoned me with, I said just to forgive him and let go. We are now good strangers. I know we were friends, but we are now good strangers like that. And I'm not encouraging hatred. Let love lead. You might be strangers when we were friends, but it's life. We all take our own different path and make our own decisions. So let us embrace new beginnings. That's the point that I'm trying to bring out here. When we appreciate those who let us go, we open ourselves up to new beginnings and possibilities. We can embrace the journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and find our true purpose in life. Muntu wanga, you need to be thankful. Do not curse. Do not throw shade or speak ill of those that have left you when you needed them the most. Actually, you should be thankful to them, because if they never worked out on you, maybe you couldn't achieve your greatness. Maybe you couldn't find the right partner to marry you. Maybe you couldn't find that job. But thank God that they left. You have that job. You have that honey bunny. You have that employment. You have that business. You have that church. You have so many things. So, as I wrap up this episode on thanking those who have let us go when we needed them most, the power of gratitude, I invite you to reflect on your own experiences. Is there someone in your life whom you have appreciated for their departure? Can you find the hidden blessing and lessons learned from those moments? Remember, moving on with gratitude and forgiveness is a powerful way to a brighter future of yourself. I have personally seen and I've gone through this several times, and I must confess, I've also walked out to people that needed me the most, because I thought that maybe things will not just click. But after I walked out from their lives, I've seen how God has lifted them up. And I thank God that they've forgiven me and we are in good books. So thank you for joining me on this episode. Remember, never hold grudges. Don't be bitter in life. Don't. Be you, do you, and mind your own business. It doesn't hurt. Nika face, it will pass. May God bless you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Underestimated Voices podcast. Remember, the power of a voice can change the world. Keep listening, keep sharing, and keep amplifying those underestimated voices. Together, let's make a symphony of stories that resonate far and wide. Stay inspired, stay curious, and join us again next time for more incredible narratives. Until then, keep listening and let your voice be heard. This is the Underestimated Voices podcast, amplifying the underestimated, empowering the unheard.